Hi, this is Dr. Mutapa, and welcome to week 7 this week. This week we're covering a few professions. We're covering dentistry, optometry, and pharmacy. So you'll be looking at the chapter slides. You could read the book if you'd like to on those topics that cover a lot of the important things about each of those professions. I just wanted to touch upon a few things that may or may not be in the book, but just from an advisor's perspective could be useful for you. For dentistry, we do have a club on campus called the Pre-Dental Society. So if you're thinking that you might be interested in dental school, you should definitely join that club. They do a lot of great community service. Another thing you'd want to know is that we are in the process of getting a linkage agreement done with Western University School of Dentistry. So that's something where we might have an easier, we're going to facilitate a pathway for some of our students to be able to, for some of our qualified students to be able to get into Western University School of Dental Medicine. Another thing about dentistry, if you're thinking about do I want to do it, do I not want to do it, the kind of people who like dentistry oftentimes are people who like to work with small objects. Some people like to paint, some people like to sculpt, some people like to work with miniatures. Those kind of skills that are non-academic are important for the profession of dentistry, since you're working in a small area in one's mouth. So if you like working with small things and you like working with your hands, dentistry is possibly for you. Moving on to optometry, another club that we have that could be of great interest to you is the Pre-Optometry Club. It's a nice small club that's growing, but you could learn more about the optometry field there. You could even learn small things like how to do vision screenings to get a basic idea of whether somebody may need prescriptions. It's kind of preliminary, it's not a definitive screening, but you could learn basic screening. Another field within optometry is vision therapy, which a lot of kids, sometimes with slight developmental delays or small issues, sometimes have a hard time tracking when it comes to reading. So another field within optometry would be vision therapy that could be of interest to you. Lastly, there's pharmacy. So one encouraging thing about pharmacy, the pharmacy profession, especially living here in California, is there are a lot of pharmacy schools in California. So if you were interested in going into pharmacy school and you take a lot of chemistry classes, so pharmacy is very chemistry focused, it's very possible that you can find jobs with, I'm going to say get into pharmacy school in California. And then when it comes to positions, then you may want to stay in the state or out of the state. But pharmacy, there's a lot of opportunity in that field. When it comes to pharmacists also, the scope of their practice could be expanded to where they can do some minor prescriptions for things like antibiotics, that sort of thing. Instead of needing the patient needing to go to a primary care physician, they can go to a pharmacist and get those kind of things. So that's something that's in the works in the future that's exciting about the field of pharmacy. And one thing about pharmacists, a lot of times when we think about pharmacists, we think, oh, the ones that are at CVS and Walgreens. Well, pharmacists actually also work in several other places, such as hospitals or other care facilities, or even in prisons where a lot of the inmates do take various prescriptions. Pharmacists could be working in various different areas. And for pharmacy, on our campus, there's a club called the Student Health Professions Association, and within that, there's a pharmacy subgroup. So you could find out about pharmacy-related events that the SHPA pharmacy subgroup goes to by being on their email list. So if you're thinking of pharmacies, think of the SHPA club that you could look up. So that's it for this week. Enjoy and have a good time.